Assata Shakur, whose real name is Joanne Deborah Byron, grew up in an environment that was marked by the divorce of her parents and related financial struggles, which shaped her into who she was in her later years as an activist. Following her parents' divorce, she moved to her grandparents in North Carolina and later to her aunt in Manhattan, where she found consolation in activism from her aunt. Despite facing so much prejudice in an education system that was whitewashed, Assata focused on her education and eventually earned her GED. Early activism years. Assata's involvement in civil rights activism started during her time at Borough of the Manhattan Community College and the City College of New York. She was an active participant in the sit-ins and protests. Assata's first encounter with law enforcement and eventual arrest was in 1967 for protesting the lack of Black faculty and studies program at the Borough of Manhattan Community College. These experiences shaped her pledge to the course of social justice and her later involvement with the Black Panther Party and the Black Liberation Army. Shakur's involvement in the Black Panther Party and Black Liberation Army. During her time at the City College of New York, Assata Shakur moved to Oakland, California. This relocation brought her closer to the Black Panther Party, where she became an active member. Assata participated in community organizing and education initiatives as part of her role in the movement. When she returned to New York, she was tasked with leading the Harlem BPP chapter. Assata oversaw programs like the Free Breakfast Program for the Children, New Life at the Black Liberation Army. Nevertheless, disenchanted by the male domination of the party and what she regarded as a lack of understanding among the party members and leaders, she eventually left the movement and joined the Black Liberation Army. The blame motivated by the guerrilla tactic of the Algerian independence fighters and Viet Cong focused on militant approaches against the American government. The movement participated in bombings, bank robberies, and also attacks on law enforcement officers and drug dealers. She later adopted a new African name, Assata Shakur, after rejecting her birth name, terming it as a slave name that she saw as disregarding her African heritage and identity. Accusations and manhunt. Assata Shakur, during her time in the Black Liberation Army, was placed on the FBI Most Wanted list and also indicted for several offenses. The offenses included bank robberies and the murder of a state trooper and 2 drug dealers. In 1973, after a fierce confrontation with the state troopers, was shot and later arrested. She was convicted of the murder of Trooper in 1977, despite medical evidence suggesting that Shakur could not fire the shots. Escaped from prison and exile. Shakur escaped from incarceration in 1979, making her a wanted person and included in the terrorist list by the FBI. She later fled to Cuba, where Assata continued with her involvement in activism. Notwithstanding the United States government to extradite Shakur, she still remains in Cuba. Her legacy persists principally in her Hands of Assata campaign and participation in grassroots movements like Assata Daughters that promoted Black freedom and social justice. So what are your views on Assata Shakur? Make sure to comment below. Don't forget to like and share.